All right, for this video, we are doing problems 12 through, 12, 13, 14, 15 of your Chapter 1 test review. The first one says find the length indicated in the figures below. So we need to find RT. RT is my entire line. I notice that the first part of my line is 17 and the second part is 18. So I know RT equals RS plus ST. Again, RS is 17, ST is 8.5. So we're going to add those together. When I do that, we get 17. We get 22.5 as our final answer. So RT would be 22.5. For the next one, we're doing the same thing backwards. I know the whole thing is 32, the whole thing is MP, and that's the same as MN, this little part, plus NP, that part there. Now they tell me MP is 32. That's the same as MN plus NP, which is 26. Now to get MN by itself, I'm going to subtract 26 from both sides. When I do that, I get MN equals 6. That's my final answer. If you saw right off the bat that you could do 32 minus 26, that's fine too. You should be subtracting those numbers to get your final answer. Number 14 says find the value of x in the figure below and determine the length of the indicated segments. So they tell me that the whole thing, AC, is this part here. Then we have two parts, AB, and we have BC. And I know that if I add those two parts together, I get the whole thing. My equation for the whole thing is 4x plus 4, and that's going to be equal to AB, which is 14, plus BC, which is 3x plus minus 4, excuse me. From there, we're just going to combine our like terms. So I notice I have 14 and I have negative 4. My 4x plus 4 will stay, and that equals 3x. 14 minus 4 gives me 10, plus 10. From there, we're trying to get x by itself. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. When we do that, we have x plus 4 equals 10. My last step, we're going to subtract 4 from both sides, and we get x equals 6. And that would be my value here. Now we still need to find AC and BC, so we have to plug 6 back in. I know AC equals 4 times 6 plus 4. All I did was I took this equation up here and I plugged in my A value. 4 times 6 is 24. We add 4 to it and we get 28. And that is going to be the length of the whole thing. BC equals 3 times 6 minus 4. Again, we're plugging it into this equation down here. So we have 18 minus 4, which equals 14. Now, if you're like Miss Sylvester, I just did all this work and I don't know if I got the right answer, what you can do is add your two parts together. So I just said that the yellow part was 14. We already knew the green part was 14. 14 plus 14 gives me 28, which would be the red number, which is what I got. So we did it right. And the last one, 15, it says A is the midpoint of x, y. Find the indicated lengths. So I know that A is right smack dab in the middle. That tells me that these two segments have to be equal to each other. So my equation is going to be 3x equals 5x minus 6. We're trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. When we do that, we get negative 2x equals negative 6. We're going to divide both sides by negative 2, and we get x equals a positive 3. Oh, notice that one there, it doesn't say x, it says xa. So we actually need to plug it in and figure out what it equals. I'm just going to erase my 3. So I know that xa equals 3 times x. So it's going to be 3 times 3, which is 9. Ay equals 5 times x, which is 3, minus 6. So we really have 15 minus 6, which is also 9. That's good because remember we said that these two parts were equal. Now the last one wants the length of the whole thing. For that, you can just add x, y, and ay together. So I'm going to do 9 plus 9, and you get 18. And that gets you through number 15.